Welcome, welcome, welcome as we begin our Viking tale here, Isira and the legends thereof, as many investigations have been made. The discovery of the children who seem to be having their life forces corrupted or channeled in some way. In addition, leering people from the past and deceptions, figuring out exactly what it is that Highland does these days, have found a combination as a performance given by Nala posing as a child, posing as Nala, ends. And our crew here in the inn ready to figure out the last bit, finally getting together after a somewhat heisty thievery stuff. So, as we begin tonight, cheering had occurred, cooling had been done as Nala was welcomed, given the, of course, the grand cup that refills with milk, um, and all as we as people clap, um, and you all are able to get back to close to each other. And people are laughing as they're like, "Oh, Nala's with her. The Nala's with Nala's clan. That's amazing. Oh, they're such good people," and all these things. And what would you like to do?
I would assume sit down somewhere off in a corner so we can chat real quick, if that's cool.
Yeah.
Excellent work so far. You are once again the much impressing the crowd.
That was a fantastic performance. Let's go sit over here in the corner. Keep our backs to the wall and eyes on the door.
You are perhaps paranoid. Maybe you've had too many stabs in back.
Just like to know my exits.
Not unreasonable.
As long as we don't sit in our friend's corner.
Our friend?
Oh yeah, you know, the mysterious shadow guy. The clan of one. Was that what he called himself?
Yeah.
Oh.
You met him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you did.
We can go sit over there. I don't.
No.
Even mind.
No, I don't think we should, because he might be over there listening. Anyway,
let's go sit over here and compare notes.
Okay. And I just kind of sit down at the table here after getting a glass of milk. Okay. So we've discovered that Highland, and is Island still in the room somewhere?
Yeah, he's getting a drink.
Okay. So Highland is buying hearts or fake hearts, it's hard to say, from Corvin. And the two girls, Sigrid and Astrid, I think they've definitely been charmed based on the stuff I felt when I was near them. Like when I was, trying to mimic the hammer, and I realized that something was trying to possess me. And I think that's what's possessing them.
Is this is it a charm, or is it a curse, or is it an enchantment of some sort? Because I mean, wouldn't the solution for each be a little different?
I don't know. I don't know a lot about magic, but Azariah does.
Azariah, yeah.
I kind of will just explain to you guys how when we examined them, that I felt like it was some sort of curse that obviously does charm them, and that the source of it is external, and we need to find some source to break such a thing.
Do you know do you know of a spell to remove a curse?
Well, that really isn't my forte, but I mean, if most clerics and people of nature can do such a thing.
It is possible, yes. It depends on how strong it is. So it comes down to the level, the caster's strength when they cast the curse and the nature of the curse. But yes, it is possible to remove some curses, not all. Some are basically permanent, like whatever.
Oh. Huh. That
We can always
sounds
try. We can always try, right? There is well, there is a cost, like literally a material cost to trying to remove curse, but yes, it is possible.
okay. So do we need to get some supplies?
I
For
have
the-
some in my pocket.
No,
For,
I
for the spell?
I can remove a curse. I'll have to wait till the morning.
Okay. Well,
So one thing, and then Ezra is not speaking up here, but I think it was Ezra figured out was that these curses were bound to something powerful that had to be taken care of first.
Right? Yeah, it was external. We couldn't direct our remove curse or greater resto at them. We had to find whatever they were bound to.
it's an
Oh.
object or a person binding them or something like this.
Right.
Okay.
How do we
So-
figure that out?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask too.
Well, there's a few things that could be a possibility, like that bell
Yes.
that you had in your hand, but that mean that bell would be quite powerful, considering it could not only be used as an alarm, but also bind people to the owner.
That bell didn't seem. I don't know. I don't know enough about magic, but it seemed like they wanted to ring it, and if the girls knew about it, I don't know if they would know about whatever's been used to charm them. That's why I wonder if it's the bell. That seems a little obvious.
Could
Maybe.
be a possibility. And I mean, think about it. Even if we would go there and dispel the magic surrounding it, that means at least his alarm system is gone. So the next time we come back, he can't be easily alerted.
The question is, when he leaves here, aren't they going to alert him?
Well, right now and I would like describe like the little part of the city that they're like in, like huddled up right now. I'm sure they might say something. That's why I was really concerned and wanted to get them rid of that curse.
Yeah.
Well, do we need to keep following up on this, or can we look for this Corvin? Because, I mean, not to be an ass, but I don't really care if these little girls are cursed. It doesn't really affect me.
Well, I care.
Okay. I mean, if this is what we're doing, I'm okay with it. But do we have to? I mean, we have
Well-
other avenues.
I mean, yeah, but they're cursed.
I mean, being cursed is one problem, but they do know some of our names. And while we might have colored Nala's ass, we haven't covered Bormunder's. Bormunder kind of wanted to kill the children at first, which I guess would solve the issue.
Yeah, I mean, we could also
Correct.
kill Highland, and that would solve the issue.
Yeah, why would we consider killing a bunch of cursed children.
Because they know our name.
Well, I mean,
This was Bormander's idea, not mine.
okay.
I think he's gone off to bed. I don't know.
Well, that buys us some time to save them before he wants to kill them.
Yeah. What
Well,
about dealing with Highland? I mean,
Yeah.
just eliminate him.
Well, the way he looked at me earlier, I don't think he's buying this ruse.
oh, I'm sure. I wanted to go to another bar before coming here. Maybe to let the people die down a bit, and I'm sure that us sitting next to Mini U isn't really helping.
Yeah.
How the hell did you become a mini you anyways? What the heck is going on here? That is most people age in a different direction.
Is this the same transformation that's happened before? It's just his first time seeing this.
I've never seen this
Nope.
before. Nala was a gigantic barbarian, and now she's a little girl.
Everybody else has seen it before, right?
Yeah.
Well, I would
Okay.
assume so, since none of
Okay,
you are
yes.
shocked.
I'm
You all just took it in stride.
I wasn't here last week, and I was
Yeah.
only kind of here the week before, so it's been a while. I'm just making sure nothing new has happened.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I just have never seen anything like that before.
Well, it was a curse.
Oh,
Or it is a curse. Maybe that's why I'm not so wanting to throw these kids out. I mean, they could literally be me.
maybe they're not kids. Maybe they're hot older chicks.
I doubt it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, never mind.
All right. So, you have the kids at the tent, right?
It seems like they work there. Seems like they've got a nice little setup there.
What if we could convince them to leave for a little bit? Like maybe
I think you left them at their home.
their home. Okay. Did they live in the same house?
No, I like described to you this little tent in a part of the city where we saw them.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. All right. So they're at
Yeah,
their
but
home tent.
I've not described them as working girls. They are just opportunists.
Well, I don't think they're going to be willingly saved because they're very much a part of whatever is taking hold of them.
So you wish to unwillingly save them?
I do wish to help them. Yes.
Hmm.
Is everybody else okay with that?
Well, what if, like you, they're okay with their curse?
I'm not okay with my curse.
Then why aren't we trying to get rid of your curse?
I've been trying to get rid of my curse for years, Garrus.
Okay.
I'm gonna just assume then that a regular level of
Correct.
remove curse has not worked.
Correct. No.
Okay,
Right,
that
we
was my
can't
thing from earlier. I'm
direct
like, have we tried me just casting remove curse on her at any point?
Right, that's
I'm
what we
assuming
learned.
so then. And
Is
it's
that
failed.
we can't direct that energy to them. We have to find this bound item.
Well, I'm
or-
saying for Nala.
Oh,
Yeah, I've had lots of magical users try various things over the years.
That's what I was just making sure. Because
Yeah.
I feel like
Don't worry,
very
Layla.
stupid for a cleric to not have tried to cast
20 years
curse.
later. Wait, I
Yeah,
have this
like,
thing.
oh hey, why don't I just
Oh.
check cast remove curse on? Yeah. Right.
Amy doesn't have to be a rat. Okay. There we go.
So if this is an object, do we go back and try and dispel magic on the bell and hope that it's the bell?
Well, I think even if it isn't the bell, it would be nice not to have that thing in his use.
Yeah, that thing is definitely
I-
dangerous.
I could also do. There's this ritual that I could ask that I might be able to get the answer to a singular question today,
Okay.
and again tomorrow.
Yes, this has been very useful previously. Let's do that.
Yes.
Something as simple as, is this the root cause of this dysfunction or problem?
Well, so I'm saying the spell divination, 4th level, which is more than the other one. This one, it says, puts you in contact with a god or a god servant. You ask one question about a specific goal or event. DM offers a truthful reply. It might be a short phrase or cryptic rhyme.
Ooh, a cryptic rhyme.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm thinking I could do that. Ask, where is the object that holds the curse for Sigrid, for the girls? And then I would get the answer to that. It won't be it's down the street 3 blocks, take a left, and it's third house on the right kind of answer, but it'll be an answer.
But
the
what if
neighborhood-
we, right? What instead of asking where, why don't we maybe ask what, and then have someone cast like?
No. Where is much better than what? The knowledge of where it is far.
Yeah, because when we get closer, then we can do like detect magic or something and find it.
I'm good
Also-
at finding stuff. I mean,
Also, in general, cursed objects generally don't blend in super well. It's normally kind of obvious. It's not like just yeah, it's not like just a rock on the side of the road.
it's a very evil rock that stands
Yeah,
out.
but
One time
it's
I
not
touched the
just
ring, and
it's
fine.
not just like a soup spoon in the kitchen kind of thing. It's gonna be it's gonna be like the super fancy soup spoon that's only brought out on special occasions for guests.
A
of
razor
honor.
sharp soup spoon that has
Right,
blood
or-
stain on it.
Or the incredibly shitty wooden cup in the very nice pantry.
Yes, something is going to stand out about it.
You guys aren't cursing the right objects in your lifetime. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, if
Curse
you want to
mundane.
spread the curse, then you should be putting it on nonchalant objects that more people are likely to grab and touch. But that's not what people do. At least in all of the tropes and movies and shows and books. And
What's a movie?
magic?
What is
what
what
it
is
is.
book?
Books are good.
Yeah, they seem useful to some, not to all.
Well, I
Books
think
are fun.
good idea, Layla.
Yeah, let's. Do you need some time to cast this ritual?
Like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And probably
Well-
some, privacy. So
Should
let's
we
go.
Why don't we
to
go
our
into
room?
one of the rooms?
Oh,
Yep.
We're at the bar right now.
Yes.
This is
That's not very private. So, if y'all want to stay down here, I can head up to one of the rooms and start working on the thing. If everybody's okay with how I phrased my question earlier.
Yeah. Maybe one of us can keep eyes on Highland.
I think I will
I
keep
can do that.
Okay.
I'll
I think you
make
should stay
sure.
up here, Nala.
Yeah, and I'm gonna clock Highland and just keep a watch on him. Sit and enjoy a drink. Casually observe.
Nala, do you want me inside the room or outside the door?
It does not matter to me. I will. For me in particular, I do need to have visual of the night sky. But
No,
So,
we have
if one of our rooms has a window, that will do.
good enough. I would not want you attacked while you're repairing.
So, good.
Yes,
So-
sounds
All right.
excellent.
All right. So I will head up to one of our rooms. preferably whichever one has the best view of this night sky, and start casting divination.
Okay.
I'm gonna post up inside the room for security, just inside the door.
So I grab some incense and start kind of arranging it in on the floor in what appears is at first seems kind of a weird pattern. Eventually, after everything's all set up, it looks like a constellation. Just one of the many constellations in the night sky. As I kind of light them, and I kind of sit at in a specific part of it that is kind of has a few spots kind of surrounding it, with stuff with the angles of the constellation kind of spreading out from there.
Okay. And what is it you ask?
Where is the object that holds the curse of whatever the girls' names are? I'm drawing a blank.
That is Astrid and Sigrid.
Sigrid, yes, Astrid and Sigrid.
Okay. So in that case, you let that out as voices almost seem to discuss outside of your earshot and come back, trying to search and give the answer to this until some seem to come back and voices echo above the whispers. In secret hands their fates were spun, 7 marks by work begun. The first is kept where shadows play, a ruin holds the next decay. A spire tall hides one unseen, another rests where voices keen. A frozen path reveals its gleam, a restless stream guards one supreme. The final waits where none dare tread, beneath the weight of whispers dead.
I'm gonna need that copy pasted into one of the channels, please.
Yeah.
A lost chase. Once again, the lore master gives us a Tolkien-esque riddle.
Also, well, it does say that it can be in the form of a riddle.
Well, it sounds
Also,
like
I got
there's-
a feeling that based on Lisa's character, that he probably has, a few of these kind of queued up at any given time for any situation, because that's
Right.
one of her things.
She vomits poems from time to time.
Yeah,
Well-
no, he's got them on. He's got them on tap.
There are 7 of them. Mm-hmm. Does Layla return?
Yeah, I'll come back down,
Okay.
and I'll have transposed it into a little note so that we can pass around and everybody can see it.
Okay. Okay. So they possibly 7 creations. We'll call them Horcruxes. The first is kept
That's
where
a-
shadows play.
It's a strange word.
It kind of reminds me of the alleys we were just in.
I agree. Like maybe a certain time of day, like those alleys. The only thing I remember about them was they had that fountain, right? That was the same area.
Yeah, that was that area.
So maybe shadows play. Okay, so that's maybe a wall or maybe a place where if the sun hits just right, I would assume those shadows are going to be in a particular area, but they have to be probably a lot of shadows if it's making note of it, right? The ruin, maybe I don't know. Is it possible the ruin is that area we were already in?
Some of this is just ridiculously vague.
Oh yes, and quite exciting.
Yes, a spire tall. Anybody seen any tall towers?
When you say quite exciting, we're talking about prophecy, right? Prophecy always reads like you're right and you're wrong at the same time. Until
Mhm.
finally you find it, and then you're obviously right and everything else is wrong. So prophecy in general is untrustworthy.
Okay.
A spire tall hides one unseen. Like, is
Hides
there
one
anywhere?
inside.
Is there any spires around?
Probably.
That could be a pigeon on a flagpole. We don't know.
Or maybe even that totem that we saw.
Mm,
Voice is keen. Would that be like a place where people chant?
or somewhere where people mourn, where someone
Yeah.
would be
Your house around
crying.
midnight.
I feel like we're not going to get anywhere with this. But at least we know there's 7 and not just one thing. So that kind of answers at
Yes,
least
that is new information because we were originally we were thinking it was just one thing. So
Yeah.
Is there a this rings of a graveyard?
In a lot of ways, yeah, I would agree. And I wonder if one of the dead has the secrets and we have to like talk to them through magic.
Well, is there a large graveyard in Seonis? Is there like a major graveyard, a cemetery?
Most the cores here seem to be burnt for the most part.
And there's no. Are there catacombs or crypts or anything?
I could investigate that.
Yeah, I think that's probably our best bet looking at these clues. That's, I think, a really good observation.
The old cities tend to bury their dead underneath the cities in some sort of crypt catacomb similar. Are we aware if the Seonis has ever buried its dead below the ground?
I think we'll have to look into it.
Well, there's one thing that doesn't make any sense to me. Highland is new to the city, right? Like he was outside of the city when we got here. And if that's the case, I mean, he doesn't even have like a storefront other than the tent, which is more of a temporary store. So if he did have these 7 things, where could he have put them in the last couple of hours?
Are we making an error here in assuming that Highland has anything to do with this?
Indeed.
Oh,
Highland has a storefront, but that doesn't mean that he is tied to this. It's possible that he is not the reason why the children are cursed.
We saw a bell with blood magic in his bed, literally, and assumed the worst, I believe.
so he might be under a curse.
There's an interesting prospect. Is everybody cursed?
Well,
Am
I am.
cursed?
I don't think I am.
What if we could somehow retrace his steps since he got here? We know that there's a Corvin who he's done business with. That might be the lead we need to follow up on.
You know, the other thing that we could do is we could go and we could just confront him and ask him if he knows anything about the curse that's affecting these girls.
That's actually a good point. What's to stop us from doing that?
Absolutely nothing. We don't owe the man anything. We don't have any particular allegiance to him. He's a businessman. From everything that it looked like, he's simply looking to line his own pockets.
I kind of agree. I think maybe the direct approach with him might serve us the best.
Well, do we want to see if we can stop him before he leaves here?
If everybody's okay with it.
In terms
Well,
of
he was kind of looking at you, Nala. Do you want to you and I go over and see if we can stop him? And
Well, and we can all go.
yeah,
I'm a good talker, but
I'm a good bluffer.
there you go. So if it's trying to persuade him to tell us, maybe that could help. Yeah, I think maybe just approach him and maybe we can at least, if we're direct with him, at least we can tell if he's good or bad. If he plays dumb to the whole thing, then it's more than likely he's not so good.
Yeah, keep a good eye on him, Layla. Let us know what your gut tells you, if he's shocked by the information, or you're a better judge of character than I am, for sure.
Maybe we invite him to our table.
All right, well, hold on a second. And Garrus will jump down and scurry under the table and go over to Highland and introduce himself. And because I've never even met Highland.
Well, you have, right? You bought stuff from him.
Oh, I did buy stuff from him. Yes, I did. Yeah, I bought some teeth.
Yeah.
I'll come over jingling the bag of teeth.
It's the dwarfish person. That do well for you?
Yeah, fancy seeing you here. We were actually a couple of my associates and I were hoping to buy you a drink and have a little bit of a chat with you. Had a couple questions. Would you mind coming over to our booth and sitting down with us for a moment?
I suppose I have a little bit of time. Sure.
All right, come on this way. And
All right.
scurry back to the booth and
Goes over.
I kind of wave.
So my
You were with the girls.
yes, and Azariah here.
I'm
yeah.
actually so I was trying to get in there. I wanted to not be here and kind of go to my room with the note and kind of meditate and think about the things on this this cryptic message that we received.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then yeah, I here with the ladies.
Did you like the show?
It was delightful.
Well, would you like to have a seat?
Certainly. It's fine. It did well, and it goes. It's
Well-
good to see everyone. Good customers. Repeat. I saw you around. Looked at Brynja.
So we actually were wondering about the two young girls that seem to do they work for you?
Well-
Astrid and Sigrid?
Oh no! They work for themselves.
Yeah, they I met them today.
Oh, I saw you there.
Yeah. They were really cool. They were kind of teaching me some stuff while I was there. And including how they make stuff. And they let me kind of try to make stuff with them. And well, it's weird because when I tried to make stuff with them, I felt this weird like pull on myself.
Hmm.
Do you have any idea what that might be?
Well, a pull, you said. What do you mean?
Like something was trying to either enter my mind or try to take over my actions.
Oh,
some sort of enchantment or something, some sort of influence we've conferred and discussed, and this is what we suspect. Do you know anything of this?
I'm sorry, they shouldn't have been sharing.
So you do know about it?
Yes.
What is it?
They got into things they shouldn't have. One day when I was away, they found a chest of some old things. Part of it was a set of tools.
Oh,
It's one of the things that gets passed down between people and kept safe.
are they your children?
No.
Well, I there's no easy way to ask this, but I've heard you say that you have children. I have children.
Well, whatever I have or don't, it's not your concern.
Oh, you were actually the one to bring it up.
What? You just asked me if they were my children. I said no.
Oh no, I know. I meant your children. Like, are they here in the town?
My children.
Yes.
It's not important.
Okay.
Well, do you know anything about this magic that's affecting these girls? We were contemplating maybe trying to help them if they're cursed or enchanted in some way. We're pretty able adventurers and kind of problem solvers, and see young girls in need.
Yes. The things that you're referring to are known as Insculti's chisel. It is said a bargain is struck by the ones who use the tools. Upon them releasing passion from your heart, the heart in question belongs to the dead. And it promises great skill and fortune for the trade. I know not how to break it, but once I saw them have it, the legends say that pain can be caused from being separated. So I let them keep it. I am sorry, I told them not to share it or tell anyone. They shouldn't have shared it with you. But it kind of looks at you. Looks like you're not affected by it.
No, I mean, I almost was, but I kind of stopped and kind of realized something was wrong, so I just stopped.
So the girls still have the chisel?
I convince them usually to keep it in the back. And they use it when they make their trinkets. It helps it sell, I'm sure, given what the mastery that it can gift.
Have you tried, this may sound like a silly question, but have you tried taking the tools from them?
I kept them away for a little bit, and they grew rather ill until I returned them. Besides, as once the pact is made, anyway, I thought it best to keep them from the tools from falling into other children by keeping them safe, and only to let them use it so that they don't suffer their pain.
Well, you seem to take good care of them. Do they not have other families?
I don't know.
So have we met before today?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, the other singer, the real Nala, she's the one who kind of helped me learn about different people in the town, and had mentioned you were a good person who apparently helped people get into the city when everything was closed down. So I guess she had told me you had kids, and I just assumed they were yours, but I guess I see now that they're not. And but these tools, do you have any idea where they could have come from? Like any symbols? I mean, where?
It's my father left them. It said that he found them, found a skeleton dead with them in their hands. He packed them up, rolled them, and took them.
Your father gave you cursed tools as an inheritance? That's
Tools took his life, and it was passed down to keep them from harm, which I did not do a good job of, obviously.
well, it sounds like you could use a hand getting rid of this magical curse or whatever is going on here. Are you interested in some help?
I didn't think there was anything I could do if you're saying there is.
Well, we might be able to. Curses can be broken.
Yeah.
Magic can be dispelled.
We'd like to at least compare notes. I mean, I made friends with them, and I'd like to help them.
I mean, if you have any ideas.
Well, some people think that curses and things like that are sometimes bound to things, right? Like beyond the person.
Sounds like this chisel's cursed.
And if that's the case, I would assume that we have to maybe destroy it.
Always that simple. Sometimes it requires more than just trying to destroy.
But
If that was the case and it required destroyal of this artifact, would you be okay with that? If destroying it could break the curse?
Sure. I've heard of curses that only grow stronger when their container is broken. But
what about other things that you might have come across around around the time that they were experiencing this? Was there anything else that maybe seem weird and you just happened upon?
Kind of thinks he's not entirely sure.
Okay.
Now, is it? You said this is a set of chisels.
Yes,
How many are there?
5.
5.
5 tools.
I'd like to do a kind of a, oh gosh, I guess it's an insight check, isn't it? To whenever he looks at me, I'm just kind of curious because of the look I got from him earlier. Does he look like he's not bogging that we just met today?
Yeah, give me an insight check.
All right. 18.
Looking at him, you think he might not buy it. It seems just a few looks at you and almost as if he's like almost playing along, obviously.
Okay. So with that in mind, Nala's going to say, okay, obviously I'm not what I am perceived to be right now. We've met before.
I'm astounded.
But do know that I wasn't trying to deceive. I was genuinely trying to help these 2 girls. And if you're also wanting to help them, that sort of makes us allies.
Fair enough.
So let me ask you another question. Do you have anything that could be construed as blood magic?
He looks around. If I did, this isn't a place to be discussing such things.
That's fair. Maybe there's another place we could all meet.
Out of character. Do I have a way of contacting Anscoti or no?
I mean, you can potentially kind of reach out, and just kind of depends if they answer or not.
Okay. It feels like a middle of the night sort of a conversation, not right here in the bar.
Yeah.
Okay. But I mean what I say. I'm not trying to deceive you in any way. I don't necessarily always look the same. But that's neither here nor there. And when we first met, you seemed like a good person who just wanted to get into the city, help find out what's going on with the murder, and allow business to start coming back in. And you seemed also a lot more talkative back then. I'm not sure if anything's happened since we last spoke.
Oh. Well, if anything of use. Not sure. I mean, you've kind of asked roundabout questions, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you're looking for.
Right now, the only thing I'm looking for is how to help these 2 girls. I have a soft spot for people who experience curses, and I'd like to help them.
Well, not sure how to tell you to begin.
Well, all I want to know is that we're on the same side here.
I don't want to see them cursed.
Okay, that's a good start. If you do think of anything, or if you want us to meet somewhere else where we can discuss these things in a place you're more comfortable, just let us know.
By the way, did you happen to hear that we figured out who caused the murder? As Nala was saying, you were hoping to get the gates reopened and trade flowing again, and I think we've helped with that.
I assume something had gone on since we were back. Quite happy that you are able to do that. Thank you.
Huh?
And Highland did help us too. It was kind of a.
Huh?
He helped us get into the city.
Oh yes.
He kind of stuck his neck out for us, and we're very thankful for that.
Good to hear.
So is there a place you'd like to discuss more openly?
Says big Isaac. I suppose I could do so back at the tent.
Okay. Is everyone cool with that?
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Well,
Fine as me.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. She's thinking about Azariah, but she doesn't want to say his name because she doesn't know if he wants to say hidden.
Well, I think Ryan's upstairs, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. I guess I could go grab something from upstairs, my coat, and we can all be on our way.
So don't have to be there. That is a thing. I think you guys should be able to handle yourself with a dwarf, and if you can't, I picked the wrong fucking party.
Hey, you are a magical person, okay? I don't know what this guy has.
No, you can. I mean, you can come get your coat. I really just was like reviewing notes and like going over. Azariah is more enveloped in this land and a smart individual than I am and in real life. So I was hoping that maybe he could at least gain some insight into some of the things. He's a reader, he's a historian, he's all these things. So
Nala would go get her coat, but she would also bring up everything that we discussed downstairs to check to see if Azariah wants to also be a part of this.
Really?
All right, so you let Azariah in on it. Sounds good. Then, if that's it, he'll gladly kind of walk with you all through the streets here, and eventually back to the tent.
I guess like on the way, I kind of wanted to say, I guess I muted myself when I mentioned it before, but I look at Nala and kind of hold back, hang back a little bit. And so you trust Highland and everything he said?
I mean, I don't know how to explain it, Azariah. Sometimes when I get really small like this, I just start to naturally trust people more than I usually do.
And everyone else seemed to think the same. Did everyone get small, or
Well,
did
I don't know if
just
they do or not.
Brittany rolls her eyes.
I think that he's your typical dwarven businessman. I mean, I think he's just looking to make some gold, and I'm getting decent vibes from the guy. He seems like he helped you guys when you first got here. So until he gives us reason to believe otherwise, and he didn't outright deny having a Udblay Agic May.
But He's
To be fair, he's not my savior. I wouldn't have gotten into the city without them.
Yeah.
Is anybody else weirded out by the fact that, I mean, he talked about his kids when we first met him, but he doesn't seem to want to talk about them anymore.
You seem a little fixated on his kids. You keep bringing this up. Is there a reason?
I don't know. I just like making friends.
Right.
I've really got to get out of this child form, guys. So we need to find something.
And yes, do you all not recall in the middle of a conversation just now going off about unicorns and dinosaurs and different things? You guys really need to understand who she is as a person when she's like this.
Okay. That reminds me, I have a conversation to have with a certain dark deity sometime later tonight. Don't tell the other guy.
Layla, what was your read?
I too wish to help the little ones, but I don't know. Could I retroactively make an insight check on him? Just to...
Yeah, because you're hanging back. I get it. Like,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Guidance.
Okay. I mean, I don't think I'm going to need it. It's a 17 on the
Probably
dice.
not, but still.
Okay, so 20 just on the dice.
And
For a total of 29.
jeez, sucks for you.
Just needed one more for that 30.
okay, what are some of the interesting things you want to know?
I guess, was he ever being lying or being intentionally vague in terms of trying to hide stuff from us? Like, and also if he is genuine about wanting to help remove the curse from the girls / the girls getting killed.
Yeah, I think your impression thus far would be he was being very guarded in the way that he was talking. You can kind of sense that, even though he kind of pulled it off a lot as ignorance, it was definitely holding stuff back from there. And could see that in an obvious way a little bit. He seemed regretful and upset the children were cursed. That part seemed to be fairly genuine. You don't think he tried to do it on purpose, that type of thing. He said that seemed to be a true statement. His interest in removing the curse isn't as I would say isn't as with as much fervor as he seems to have been given to it.
Okay.
And I think that at some point in there, he's wanting this conversation and this interaction with all of you to be over. And he has switched to trying to get that over as soon as possible, without causing a problem. And so right now he's moved on to a type of cooperation.
So I guess I would let everyone know. I think he regrets that the girls are cursed, but I don't think he's looking to uncurse them as much as he would want us to think.
So perhaps he benefits from it, and that he does not want to give this up.
That would make sense.
Well, he said that the tools make the work even better. Must be bringing him business.
Or
he's taking
the other possibility is that maybe if the curse comes undone, it kills the kids. He might just be trying to protect them.
That's a bit of a
If
threat.
that were the case, why would he not say that? That doesn't it doesn't make sense to me to not bring
Maybe
that
what,
up.
what if he's like somewhat responsible for the curse in the first place? So that's
I
kind of
think that is the case because, like I
I
said,
think he
think
feels that way. Probably. I mean, he said it was his
Yes.
inheritance.
Yes, I think he is responsible for them getting cursed, directly or indirectly. But I think that if it were something as simple as if the curse is undone, they die, he would it would he would say that. He wouldn't pretend to go along with, wanting to uncurse them unless he wants them dead. But then he would be over enthusiastic about getting it undone. I think perhaps it's a situation where perhaps the curse was going to go to him, but instead it somehow got directed to the girls. And if it gets taken off of them, it will automatically go to him because the tools are his inheritance.
oh.
Again, conjecture. We don't know that. for
Yes,
sure.
yes. This is all guesswork and theorizing.
So we could examine the artifacts for sure, or we could ask Anscoli directly what the intent is. Those are both difficult paths.
Yeah, it could also just be as simple as if the curse gets undone, then his wares will not be as good, and he is just really greedy about having good stuff to sell.
I guess we're gonna find out something soon.
Yet, yes, we will find out that where on the spectrum of all this ends up.
I like to call this the spectrum of truth because no one is truly honest with themselves. There's always some number of little white lies or otherwise deceptions required to make anyone feel good about themselves in a given day. This person in particular, we don't know. I think all of us have some little deceptions among ourselves. Lies we tell each other or ourselves.
Well, let's see what he says when we get to, that spot with the tent.
Just to be aware, this is not neutral ground. This is his choice of location. Yes, I will be a little bit wary.
Oh yeah, me too. But at least then we'll have an answer of what his intentions are.
Do you value your teeth?
My teeth?
Yes, I'm sure they would fetch some price.
But I'm not a monster.
It's adorable.
What?
Never mind, I'll tell you later. Depends who you ask.
Am I a monster?
To the Fae, yes, you are a very strange animal.
Oh.
All right.
I mean, I'm sure if my true form had teeth, he'd be very interested in those.
Do not show him those.
I don't plan on it.
All right. So with that, are we transitioning to house
Mm-hmm.
or to the tents? Anything? Just want to, especially Garrus and Azariah.
No. Just following along. I'm gonna keep an eye out behind us and see if there's anybody following us.
Okay.
We had a previous tale some 2 sessions ago, maybe.
Basically, since we entered the city, but that's more specifically, they were watching me.
Yeah, your tale has kind of ended since you've kind of solved a lot of the problems here.
Okay.
So group has.
I guess I'll just be using my passive to try to keep an eye out for any future ones.
Okay.
Same. I'm going to hang back towards the door, like very, very back of the group in case something weird happens.
So, well, I would say go ahead and give me a perception check if you're trying to see if people follow.
Yeah. 19.
19. It's a. While you're doing that, go ahead and give me a stealth check of your own.
17.
17. As you look, you can see a man about a good distance, about 200 feet away from the tavern door, who sees you all exit. As you look at him, you inadvertently lock eyes with them, and they dart. The light from torches around shows this blue fur cloak that they have around themselves as they jut into the shadows.
Blue fur cloak. Anybody know anybody with a blue fur cloak?
Yeah. Draker Varger's child had blue fur.
I think they were. Somebody was watching us and they have a blue fur cloak.
Well, this is an area that there's been some Draker Varger activity, right? So I wonder if maybe they're part of that.
Could
Did
be.
it look like wolf fur?
It was hard to tell much else about it. It was so quick.
Yeah, it was very fast. I couldn't get, and it was about 200 feet away. I couldn't really tell.
Okay. Well, would you rather us take care of that first?
I don't know. What does everybody else think?
My feeling is that Highland's probably going to leave if he's trying to get away from us.
Yep. I know I would. I think we go with Highland for now. I think we don't worry about it. They're watching from a distance. Let them watch.
What do you think?
Let them
Brynja?
watch. Let them see.
And I agree with Gareth's instincts. I think we've been tailed off and on the entire time we've been in this silly town. So one more is not going to kill us.
Okay.
Unless they try to.
All right, but given the situation, and I should probably say that I have renewed some of my stronger spells overnight, so I'm not nearly as concerned about a single assailant.
Huh. All right, let's follow Highland.
All right, then. Highland leads you back to his cloaked. So he's covered in hided place that keeps the cold out. He lights two torches that he had extinguished before that bring light around it as he lifts the heavy skins and furs and invites you all in.
Nala being... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, having been in her presence before physically, is there anything in the tent that now strikes me as marks or totems to Anscody? Any of this resemble like her temples or her presence?
Okay. No, I would say nothing quite like that would jump out.
Cool.
As there's no really place to sit or anything in here. It's like a very much standing room area, no chairs whatsoever. As he goes, right. Very well, you had questions that you needed answering. You're asking me about blood magic.
Yes.
As most of anyone who does what I do, I've picked up a little bit.
Any items that you've come across more recently?
Very recently, can't say any crossed my mind.
Do you use it as a? I don't know a lot about magic, but I've been told that blood magic is very chaotic.
Can be.
Do you use it actively as part of your business?
I have been known to try to put in attributes of the creatures into my work.
I was just wondering if maybe by using the magic, it was attracting things here to these girls.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Did you say you keep the chisel here?
I give them access to it out back.
Do you think that we could inspect the items?
Certainly, we can head on back there.
Careful with it. When I held it in my hand, it was really powerful.
Takes grabs like what looks like a small box of tongs, then takes you outside where you kind of walk around the perimeter, and then back to the back area. And here I'll kind of point out what looks like a burlap cloth, black, surrounding a set of tools. So it goes, they are.
Do these look like the things they were using?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it feel like they're hers?
Oh, and Scotty?
Yes.
Yeah, as you get close, you can. I would say, yeah, Brinya, you very clearly see the handles as bone.
Like human bone or similar.
Yeah, and there definitively is a definitively is that like that feeling of death when you went to the lands of Enscoti. About them.
Brittany will take a very deep breath and look at them and say, they're real. They're hers, for sure.
They're hers?
They're from the Deadlands, yes. They're of Enscoti.
I look at Highland. Did you know that?
I'm sorry. For some reason you said Highland and my brain went Garrus. I had no idea why.
Sorry.
You said everything correct. My brain just was like, wait a minute, they didn't say Garrus. What are you doing, Matt? So say the question again. I'm so sorry.
So she looks at Highland and asks if he knew that what Brynja just said about it being from the.
From Enscoti.
Scoties. Now he just told you this what he thought they were, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have gotten that.
Yeah, I believe he did. I wasn't there at the table, but I was surely listening to you, man.
Yeah.
His father found these on a corpse, and these
That's right. Okay. Sorry. I got mixed up. Got it.
That's
Okay.
But yes, that's why I kept them hidden. But like I said, they had used them, and Well,
They have become infected in some way. They are perhaps hers. You said you tried to remove the tools from the children and it did not go well?
kind of size. Yes, I had put them back in their case, and later that day, the dead cart went by with them in it.
The dead guard, what do you mean?
The dead cart, the cart of the dead.
Ah, I see.
And I asked it to stop and paid for respects and brought the tools out. And I placed them in their hands. And they woke up. They woke up. Since then, I chided them for playing a horrible prank, and I've kept the tools out ever since.
Brynja, what are you thinking?
Let me be sure I understand the tools. Are you saying the tools have brought back the dead? Or are you saying once the children had the tools, they became entranced?
I'm saying the kids were dead.
That
The
makes
kids
more
were dead and the tools brought them back.
makes much more sense. Yes, that is more of her style.
Mm.
So, if we were to remove curse, it is likely they'll go back to being dead.
I was right.
Which is not necessarily a bad thing, right? There is a natural process here. I've told most of you before, I've sworn off resurrection as a spell. And the idea of breaking the death barrier seems very less natural to me than before. But then Scotty is her own power.
Just so you know, if I ever croak, you've got my permission to resurrect me.
I hear what you are saying. I'm saying that's a choice to be made without your consent.
Okay, and just saying, I don't have any kind of do not resurrect commandment or anything like that.
Around not being, Well,
none of those DNRs or anything.
thankfully you have Layla hanging around who does not have the same religious compunctions I have. So,
Okay.
but I think
Highland,
Do you have the diamond?
You're just
I-
fine until hockey starts.
I do have the diamond. I have the diamond dust as well. Greater restoration I can do probably once, but
Oh, I gotta find a diamond. Okay.
no, you
Yes.
don't have to pay for your own diamond. I will keep some dust on hand, but you should probably pay Layla in very expensive diamonds if you want.
I
some
should.
diamonds.
I should. Now to find some.
No,
very
no.
expensive
I'm just saying you should
fire.
probably. I have one, but it'd be nice if people had their own. So
Didn't
That's
I-
very true.
I gave you a diamond already. I think I when I gave up the right, I think I gave you my diamond.
yes, I have. Like I said, I have a diamond. I just it'd be nice because if I have to go through my bag to cast it, it's just a bit of a
Right.
hassle. Where
It's
it's on you already. If it's on your person, then I can just cast it and boom. It just makes things simpler.
back to
Gold
core
Diamond
point.
earring, yeah.
I mean, they're very, very heavy diamonds, too big for earring. You want your ear to search the ground? That will work, yes. But they're very large and heavy diamond.
Highland, have you
Yes.
seen this happen before?
No.
When he says no,
Yeah, give me a insight check.
okay. Let's see
Guidance.
here. Thank you. D4 here. Whoop. My D4. Right. Oh, dirty 20.
Yes. He is hiding something, but he's telling the truth.
Nala, I want to tell you what Nala's kind of thinking at this point.
Mhm.
She's
Mhm.
wondering if Highland's children that he mentioned
Mhm.
might have been victims of this.
Is there a passing resemblance between the resurrected kids and Highland? Is probably a better question.
Not really. I gave you the pictures.
Yeah, no, I don't think I was thinking them as much as I was
Yeah.
just wondering if this had been something in the past. Because when I first met him, he said he had 5 kids and he seemed kind of very, very different. And now he's more reflective. And I don't know. I just keep trying to connect.
Yeah, I think trying to connect that's not an insight check. That's a little more
Okay.
digging.
That's fair. Okay. So I just get the sense that he's definitely hiding something.
How
But-
long ago did these girls revive?
It was the other day.
Which day?
I think 2 days ago.
So the day before we showed up, the tool resurrected the children.
So this would be about the day after you all made everything.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
'cause
that's
we,
correct.
we skipped some time.
Yes, we have. Because there's
Yep.
been
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we have.
Cool.
So above table, what I'm getting is that he was jovial and was talking about his kids and was very happy and a fatherly figure, and then these tools that he was passed down resurrected these 2 kids, and now he doesn't know what the hell to do with them, which is why he's not as jovial anymore.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's probably why he's not mentioning his kids.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Now I was just wondering, but she at least knows that he knows something. It's just different. Okay. Are what would convince you to trust us? We don't really have a horse in this race. I mean, we came in here and we learned about a murder, and we did everything we could to solve it. And I feel like that's just sometimes what we're compelled to do sometimes is these girls made a mark, and I realize now that why this would be a difficult.
The girls made a mark.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
No, I'm sorry. I think I misspoke. What I was saying was the victim of the murder had made a mark on us, but when I met the girls, they also had a mark on me. They were just good people, and I kind of was enjoying their company, and I just wanted to help them in the way that no one helped me when I was going through something. And I don't know. I realized that you're in a really difficult position now, and
Those of you watching him, what Nala said seems to have made him very cold. I don't know anything.
Insight on why? What is he not saying? What turned him off?
I think the word mark,
interesting.
and doesn't quite buy, even though I think it's the truth. He just doesn't buy that it was a
Yeah, but at the same time, Garrus would have, with his passive investigation, I would have picked up on this and immediately thought of the what Layla had foreseen: 7 marks by work begun, and he got turned off on the word mark. This is connecting these 2 things.
Oh, interesting.
That's there's something here.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you.
I think we need to talk to the girls and find out if they've used the tools on anything in particular.
Lead to an interesting direction. Mr. Highland, do you have any particular affiliation with the Unscotty creature?
Besides those tools, none.
Okay, so this is a thing that happened into your lap. You don't have like a temple somewhere or some strange. It's just a thing that came. I don't mean to make fun of your misfortune. Absolutely. I am familiar with Unscotty via different path, but if you have any other connection or affiliation, I would like you to tell me now.
I don't. I have no connection to her.
And then I will go ask her myself.
And actually, he'll stop and go, the day my father died, I dreamt of her. But that was it.
Perhaps she has designs on you. Hopefully not.
Well, and he takes out a small bag. When you find them, would you give them this?
What is it you're giving?
Oh, just things to make the life easier.
For the children?
Yes. Said you were going to find them.
That is my intent, yes. Looking at them, what are these objects?
Looking, they seem to be a mixture of valuable stones, some like carved teeth, like you could tell like this is things that could be traded for great value, make life a little easier for people.
As if he's like giving some kind of gift for bargaining afterlife, or like what would a dead child need of these things?
Well, they're not dead right now.
Currently, yes.
It seems as he wants them to have it.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Ship it out there.
I do have a thought, but I just realized I probably shouldn't say it in front of Highland.
There you go. Then with that, do you all leave?
Yeah.
Like so.
So,
And yeah, Nala just apologizes again and then heads on her way. I have a bad feeling about this.
Explain.
What you said. Why would they need it if they're dead, right? Well,
Right.
what if he knows that, yeah, they die, but they still walk?
But dead things don't need to eat or breathe or trade or make money or stay warm. Like properly, like really properly dead things don't have those requirements.
But what, like undead things?
That is what I'm talking about. They're what use has a skeleton of money? It doesn't eat.
Well, what if they're not skeletons? What if they're another type of undead thing?
There are many flavors of undead. I think that the most aggressive of which is the Lich, which is mostly desirous of power because it cannot let go of the idea that it's dead.
But, okay, he seemed really put off by the word mark, right?
I think Gareth said before there is a connection to Riddle.
yep.
think so.
I
Finds I don't know yet.
thought back to what Layla told us. 7 marks by work begun. 7 marks by work begun rings of these tools. Something has been done with these tools, and I wonder if the girls might have done something.
We can ask them, but I still want to ask Scotty first.
Do you think he thinks I'm marked?
No, I don't see how that would connect.
Well, he just seemed really kind of distant after I brought it up.
I think the word Mark is what put him off, not you in particular.
Oh no, I don't think he was mad at me. I think he might. I don't know. It's just definitely something weird about this whole thing all of a sudden.
Well, it's a set of cursed tools from a god of death. Yes, it's pretty weird.
Yeah.
Death in transition, yes.
Well, I guess we should go find them.
Yes, that wouldn't hurt. I would actually like to. It sounds crazy, but there's some very basic magic to decide what kind of problem this is. Leila, do you have like not detection, the spell that tells you what kind of magic it is? Other mages have this. Some clerics do.
Are you asking if I have identified?
Yes, that is no. Okay.
No.
Azarai, you're always useful. Do you have this identify idea?
No. The Lisa's character does though.
What were we trying to identify?
Oh, I'm just asking who has it if it becomes useful at some point.
Oh, okay.
Like it was when we identified the fountain. That was pretty handy.
We can go try to find and talk to the children if it's useful.
Or we can go back and rest for the night and catch the children in the morning.
I think perhaps not use that phrase.
It depends on what way you mean, perhaps. Catch for breakfast or catch to eat. Those are different things.
What? Catching children is not generally, unless they are falling. That's the only time you should be catching a children.
Okay, reconnoitre with the children in the morning. We can find the girls in the morning, and I bet you they come back to work with the tools some more.
Seems easy. So are we headed back to the inn?
I say we go get a night's sleep, and early in the morning go back and catch the girls as they arrive back at his tent.
Lila, can I bother you to attend to me in the same way I attended you? I think I have a conversation to have that you may want to witness.
Sure.
So only back to the inn. Brenya will grab Layla and find a room that's just the two of them, and pull out the horn of passage among the dead that Ensculti gave to Brenya, and plop down and focus on it and try to establish some sort of like communication or some pipe, some passage to Ensculti to ask a couple of questions and see if one of her many influences is willing to listen to her questions.
Yeah, to give me a wisdom check.
You got it. Straight whiz. Lay whiz. Ha ha ha. Oh, that's fucking terrible. Christ, what a cracker. It's an 8.
An 8.
Mm-hmm. She's not listening.
Yeah. You're in an inn, and it is like the center of life and enjoyment of this world. It seems their influence. They're not quite around.
Layla, if I could bother you for one more thing, I need to go find a crypt or a dead zone on the outside of this spot, or a graveyard perhaps, that has more of the feeling of cold and empty and dead to reach her. Right now she's not reachable. Would you walk with me?
Of course.
Okay. So I'm gonna go find either the oldest graveyard or the deepest park, the most like cold and dead and natural place I can find, and plop down on the ground and try one more time.
Okay. There is a spot nearby that's the ash pit. All the ashes of the corpses they burned are laid.
Oh my, that sounds fantastic. Seems like a perfect transition point between this plane and the next, where she would relish the handover of bodies and souls.
And so in here, the nature of ash, you almost sort of sift through part of it, and you find yourself up to your neck.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a wisdom check with advantage.
Got it.
Guidance.
So D4, right?
Yeah.
That's gonna help more than I expected it to. My dice are shit today. That's a 17.
17. As you concentrate, the dust around you puffs up and swirls. And you begin to see your breath distinctly. Little orbs of yellow light appear and vanish, as if the eyes of Ensconi move. My carrier. You. I guess I've ganz gut was. My carrier. You. Call.
Great and Scotty, keeper of the veil and the crossing point, keeper of the lands between and all that follows death, and the graveyard of eternal death between the ones who die in battle and their final resting place. I beseech you, please. I have discovered today your 5 chisels. They were in the hands of corpses, but dead children. And these 2 dead children are resurrected, and they are walking the earth again in a state of uncertainty, uncleanness. They are resurrected in this corrupted state. Is this your intent? Is this what you wanted?
No, it is not.
The one who found the tools, his father was cursed, perhaps rightly, but the tools found their way into the hands of these children. What would you like them to come to?
It matters not. Highland has broken the compact.
You made contact with him directly then.
Yeah.
Then he is on your ire.
No. The price has been paid, and his father walks.
Among the living?
Not as such.
But his father walks.
Yes.
What would you have me do with the children? I feel like they are unnecessary to this outcome or plan. Or perhaps I am not seeing your entire desire. Would you release them?
The wind blows. And for a moment, it's almost as though they've left, and then it stirs up again. They must give back what they have made.
Mm.
And then I will accept your judgment upon them.
To Highland directly. when you say what they have made, I imagine you would like something returned to ash or to death or fire. What would this thing look like? What artifact would this be that you would want returned?
With that, the presence essentially fades.
Bernie picks up the Horn of Passage Among the Dead and holds it close to her and looks at Layla and says, well, we have a half answer, and among all the things she is, I have never seen her to be cruel. Direct, definitely. Merciless when betrayed, but not cruel. I think we have a puzzle to unravel here.
Is this not just another step in the same puzzle?
Perhaps. But she is willing to release the children if we can find this first mistake or corruption that Helen has done.
So we need to find an undead.
Or either it's his undead father or some object or implement he's created.
Are you sure it's 1 and not 7?
Garrus, I did not see you there. It
Yeah, good ears.
could be all definitely 7. Yes, it's possible. But you do not bargain then, Scotty, without a very clear outcome, usually your life.
Bargaining with higher powers is typically flip of the coin.
When I made my trade, it was for all of our lives in the Passage through the Deadlands. That was a very clear and obvious decision. I feel like there are people who are more interested in power or outcome or individual circumstance versus saving the tribe.
I didn't say all of the time. I just said most of the time.
I am in no way offended. Garrus, if you're going to track behind us, be a little more quiet next time, perhaps. You're incredibly useful in the shadows, but sometimes you give yourself away.
Only among friends.
Fair. Well, now that you know my connection to Scotty, keep it to yourself, please.
What connection?
Also,
All right.
isn't it a bit rude to tag along when you are not invited?
Yes.
That is what little sneak thieves do. That is their...
Exactly.
It is fine when you do it to our enemies, but it's...
I'm intrigued. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell's going on here.
I mean, so are we. But
Yeah.
did you think we would come back and not tell everybody?
I don't know.
Everyone else was there for the Passage of the Deadlands, so I think you are the only one to be finding out today.
Yes, I have. This is news to me. Like, now this curse, I'm learning so much about all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I haven't been here among you all for nearly as long, so I'm still establishing trust.
And trust,
Yes.
I think, especially
at least for me personally, tagging along when you are not invited is not a great way to earn it.
Good. Okay.
well,
I'll note that.
Layla
At least
also
from me.
Yes, Layla has a more private life. I am more direct in your face when it comes to disagreement. I think there is a little balance to strike here.
I think it's more as most of our group does not have a good sense of caution.
But Garrus mostly does, so that will be useful.
All right. Do want to check in, Azariah? Anything?
All right, no, Matt. I mean, yeah, the only thing like I was really, like I said, doing is kind of just thinking of those places where the things might be. But that's pretty much it.
Where what things again?
I'm trying to analyze the riddle.
Okay. I got you. So that's kind of a big.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing tonight as Azariah, being into literature and books and history.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check.
Sure. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. We'll do this one. Ooh, that's not so hot. I think that's like a 15. Yeah, 15.
15. I would say flickering flames can cause shadows to appear sometimes like they're moving or playing.
Mm.
You recall a lot of the flames that were outside the town from those who were camping outside of there.
Mm. So they haven't let everyone in. There's still people camping outside. So that's kind of what I'm drawn to in that case.
I mean, if you look, there are still flyers out there, yeah.
Okay.
Which even this town doesn't invite people like after a certain time, like most cities wouldn't.
Right. Makes sense.
But that's sort of why. But I would say, yeah, something with the darkness and those fires out there could be a way to proceed on that.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So the rest of you going back to the inn?
Actually, real quick, while we're at the ash pit, can
Yeah.
I do cast detect magic?
Sure.
Do I see anything in or
Yes.
around the ash
I always
pit?
I took my I always wait for a roll. I don't know why. Yeah, looking here. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Guidance.
Did I hear guidance?
Yep, random guidance.
Okay. Let's see here. Perception. That is a 31.
Okay.
18 4 and then
You cast it
yeah.
while Brynja is getting out of the ashes, which is quite a fairly difficult thing to do. Of this pit, pulling themselves out, this weight, and as they do, and there's this momentary disturbance before it all settles once more. Towards the bottom, there is a glimpse. You can certainly sense something in there. It's magical. So we're doing 2014 with this, so you do actually see a little bit of an aura before the ashes cover it once again.
Brynja, well, you're in there.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Perhaps dig down a little bit. I just sensed something.
Do you want me to dump water on it or just dig with my hands?
Just basically right underneath where you were, I noticed something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's water, hands. If you have a shovel, do I have a shovel? Would we have shovels?
Moment,
Are they in any of the kits?
Hang on, I have something.
I mean, I have. Oh, I have gardener's tools.
So, Brynja pulls out a silver, never used in battle, entirely for ritual scimitar out of her pack that you've seen like once or twice. and starts using it like a shitty like shovel or spade. Like she has no idea how to use this thing.
Hold on. Here. I have a gardening pack. There is a small spade in there. Here,
What
give me a
is
second.
gardening
Pulls it
pack? Metal device is metal device. I just dig with
It's,
this.
here, I hand her a little shovel, a
Fine.
little gardening spade.
Hold
Thing.
this silver scimitar of sacrifice. Here you go. She just hands it off like she doesn't care.
And while she's digging, Layla's actually gonna, if there's like a piece of charcoal or something, start etching a constellation to the side of it, because it's a ritualistic silver one. Might as well add some my own special holy stuff to it.
Right.
All right, so digging a little bit.
I mean, it's a lot of digging because, like I said, like this thing is like many feet deep. But moving about as directed takes quite a few minutes, but you're able to find this carved bone animal. It seems to be of some type of large cat. It's a mane, not quite a lion. It's a little different. But and as they bring it out, Layla, you can see that it has this magic to it. Specifically conjuration.
Let us take that back and have whatever Lisa's name's character is identify it.
Torhilda.
Torhilda. I knew it was.
Yes, this bone of yours. It is magical. Yes, this is the thing I dug for.
Yes, that is it.
Can I undust myself now?
Absolutely. I wish I had that spell that can make you instantly clean, but I do not.
I don't have that, but I have what we do back in the forest. I promise it's a simple way to solve the problem. So Brenny steps out of the dust pile, away from the dirt, looks up at the humid air above her, snaps her fingers, and then boom, Shapewater just dumps herself on with a pile of water, washes all the obvious muck off, shakes it off like a cat, and starts walking. That's good enough.
I guess that will do.
The rainstorm is the same as bath, right? Yes, unless I lick myself.
Let's not do the licking.
Ash does not taste good, okay?
I don't imagine it would. And just before I hand the scimitar back to her, I'm gonna just cast a little sacred flame on there to kind of burn off the charcoal that I had put on there, and I hand it back to her.
That is kind of you, thank you. It's a little warm. This thing is mostly for harvesting midnight berries in forest glades, but is useful as a weapon to other people.
Well, you were putting in effort. I was frankly a little bored, and even if it is just a sentiment, I still wanted you to have my thanks and my blessing on your, as you said, ritual blade.
I appreciate you, Bug.
She kind of just nods with a small little smile on her face.
Back to Hotel Hovel with this word, the place where we sleep, yes. Get a second soldiery behind us.
All right. Anything else before we go for the night?
I guess while they were doing that, Nella would have just been trying to get. Well, I mean, she certainly wasn't going to hang out with Azariah reading books, so she probably went down to the main area of the establishment here, and would have been trying to get information about blue fur and where to buy it.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm still a child, which isn't too big of a deal, but
Yeah, I mean, she'll believe anything people tell her at this point.
yeah. I think I would just say, I imagine you'd have to find Colville and ask him. Only one I've ever seen wear blue fur.
Corville?
Uh-huh.
Who's that?
So comes around, drinks. Goes on, drinks a lot. His hunts, brings things back, sells them, tans, skins.
Is this Corvin or Corville?
Corvin.
Oh, it is Corvin. Okay.
Sorry.
So no problem. I figured it out when you gave me that. Does he come here?
He does. He drinks when he can.
Great. I've been looking to be an apprentice of someone who, knows how to, make leather and that sort of thing and turn hide into armor and that sort of thing. You don't know what time of day he usually stops by, do you?
Basically, it would go. That's not a specific time.
Oh. Does he have a table?
No, he doesn't even come by every day. Maybe it'd be months or weeks. It's not a regular, you would say.
Well, if I see him, could you tell me what he looks like?
I'll give you an essential description. It is human, and mostly the blue fur that he wears is more extinguishing.
Okay.
There will say he bears 3 scars that go from his left eye across to his right from some type of animal attack.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate it. I'll try to keep an eye open for him. Oh, by the way, have you ever heard of the Witch of Isra?
Viscera? What's Viscera? I kind of. I mean, yeah. Yes, it's a somewhat famous tale.
Any books on it?
Not that I know of.
Oh. Okay. Well, thanks for talking to me. My mother is upstairs, so I should probably go. And so she'll get some more milk and then head up.
Nice. All right. I think that's everything. Then you may all process a long rest as the night leaves and comes back. And what would y'all like to get up to the next day?
So I found out a little bit about Corvin.
Yes, what did you discover?
I think he's the guy that had on the blue cloak, because apparently he wears a blue cloak. He's a
Seems quite
human.
conspicuous, yes, like very obvious. Hey, I sell blue cloak. I wear blue cloak. Yes.
Yeah. And well, he gets, we found him in the ledger too with Highland. And also, if we're looking for him, he apparently has 3 scars on his eye and he's human. But I'm pretty sure he's the one who was spying on us. Or maybe he was spying on Highland. What did you want to go?
Do we want to go back to Highland's place and see if we can meet up with the girls and ask them if they've made anything with this tool?
Sure. Did y'all discover anything last night?
Yeah, Azariah, good morning. Any luck?
Well, I think a few things are more obvious than others, but the first line was stumping me for a bit until I realized all the fires that are outside at night. And those surely do cause a lot of shadows to dance, and I think that maybe you are all right about the catacombs and different things like that. And maybe we should ask around about the tallest spire around here or in the region.
Yeah, DM, are there any tall towers or spires in town?
I mean, the tallest tower would be the All Gods Chapel.
Okay.
Ish thing, but that'd be about it.
But and it has a spire basically.
Not so much a spire, but it's a tower.
Okay.
So maybe the girls
Every
first.
time I think of something that's a spire, I think of something that like is twirly, you know, that like is
I think of obelisks.
interesting. Yeah, I can see that.
See, my
I mean,
problem
it could
is
definitely be
when you
fun.
say obelisk, I don't picture a tower. I picture a Pokemon, or not a Pokemon, a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
So actually, yeah, I would say so. Now that I'm just getting my own brain around these things, so yes, it would be kind of a spire.
Okay.
Okay.
So the All Gods Chapel has a spire.
Yes.
That's another lead. Now, I wonder if I bet you I bet you a gold piece that these girls made 7 things, and we gotta find all 7 of them.
Yep.
I think there may be more to it than that, right? So
I
the
think it's
first-
possible it's just 6 now. As I hold out the thing that we found, that might have been considered being beneath the weight of something's dead.
Beneath the weight of whispers dead.
Yes, we found this in the bottom of the ash pit.
What is that?
I'm waiting for Torhilda to identify it,
Oh,
but it is magical.
Nala, it looks a lot like the types of things that were made at the table.
oh, yeah. I think they have made these. I remember seeing stuff like this when I was working with them.
Well, we could bring it back to the girls and ask them if they made this.
And who they sold it to.
I don't know that that matters. I think that the things have the mind of their own. This is a curse at work. These are cursed art.
I think we still need to resolve or understand the origin of the curse. According to the conversation last night with Scotty, Hyland's father was the one that originated or made the bad bargain that led to the curse. Hyland is carrying on the curse. The children are simply the implement that touched the wrong tool. She would be perfectly happy to take the children back into their form if whatever Hyland's decision or curse or mark is gets removed. We need to figure out what that means.
I wonder if Highland used the tools to bring his father back.
It would not surprise me at all. That would be a very natural choice, but he would never tell us that, right?
Yeah. Well,
She said specifically, Hyland's father is not dead,
oh,
which is to say undead or in some sort of resurrect state, perhaps. Which again would be
Like the girls.
offensive to someone who is the keeper of the transition.
yeah. Well, I say we go find the girls and see where that takes us.
Do we want to have this identified first?
I think identify is the right starting
Yes.
point. I also would like to not tell Highland that we know a little more about the pact or the deal or the betrayal with Scotty until much later.
Nala, you're still in your childlike form, right?
Yep. Sure am.
I figured with your voice.
All right. So you want her to identify this for you?
Yes.
That's fine. This is called Where None Dare Tread. And once per long rest, this can be used to cast etherealness for up to 1 minute,
So this is the final one.
allowing someone to phase briefly into the ethereal plane.
I don't know that we even need to ask the girls. I think if that's
Nope.
what this is called.
Yep, it's obvious now. Okay, well, that was actually very helpful.
So we have found one.
Yeah, the last one.
Technically, we have found number 7.
Yeah, maybe if we find number 6 next, we'll just work backwards.
I'll be honest. Out of character here. That one, A Restless Dream Guards One Supreme, for some reason connects to Layla. I've got a feeling. Because I don't sleep, and I've been very much a dream cleric. Technically night cleric, but I've been leaning into the dream part of it.
Well, there are 7 of us. Maybe we're all a Horcrux.
Anyway, back to the game. Sorry. Just wanted to get that random thought in my head out.
I checked the toilet I pooped in just to make sure I didn't leave any cursed objects behind.
Yeah.
From my
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, everybody just start just double check all of your stuff. Make sure you don't have any cursed objects.
Oh my goodness. Well, do we even need to see? Okay, so do we need to talk to the girls yet, or do we just start
We
working
should be
our way?
we should
Yeah.
be asking about what other things they've made or items or objects or artifacts they've seen.
Okay,
Yeah, I think that's prudent.
let's do it. I'm gonna go get some milk, and we'll be on our way.
The milk jug, you bring it with you everywhere. This is at least tell me it is warm milk and not cold milk, because it will curdle. Never mind. You'll find out.
Okay. So, on your way to where you saw the kids?
Yeah.
Yep. And I think they have a few things that they have to give them too, right? From the guy, or maybe they don't. I don't know if you guys decide that.
Yeah, there's that pack that was given to Brynja.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also, maybe we don't just say, "Hey, we found this item," to them, just in case it interacts with their curse in unforeseen ways. So I'm going to
Right.
put it in my pack, and it's going to stay there.
Right. So we bring it close and we see if there's interaction. And if there's no interaction, maybe we offer a little bit at a time. It's like candy. Or
I don't know.
it,
Curses are weird.
it is
Is
stones
that
that
right?
teach them to trade. You're right in that it is unpredictable outcome. But that it's from Highland to the children. He is in on this ritual or magic, so it would be wise to tread cautious.
Okay. Coming to kind of the odd tent of fur and cloak that they had made between 2 other shanties. You approach. Layla, Garas, so Garrus, you can hear wet coughing, some wheezing on the other side of the furs.
Does it get worse as we get closer?
I mean, it gets louder because you're closer, but no, it doesn't seem to be like violently increasing.
Okay.
Can I press up against the furs and take a big whiff and see if I could smell anything. Particularly, I'm looking for the rot of decay or the smell of death.
There is like the scent of decaying flesh.
I think Daddy's home.
Again, that's where the kids are.
Hmm.
This is bad. I think he might have. You think he did something?
The kids were already dead.
Well, I mean, they were still alive when.
No, but let's see how dead they are.
Yeah.
Okay. Peel back the furs. You see the two girls. Their eyes pale, almost cloudy. Foam from their mouth, coughing. Their skin a little droopy. But still, as you come in, their eyes move to you. Nala,
Yeah, I'm here.
hey, we can't do business today.
Don't worry about it. I'll take care of things. Make sure that everything is run properly until you're better.
Good. Don't let anyone take our spot.
I won't. Maybe you could help us. Or help me. Because I was just curious. What sorts of things have you made in the past? Maybe I can try to bring up stock a bit and try my luck with the tools again, like you showed me.
Um, they've made a lot of things. They
Okay.
start listing a bunch of stuff.
Right. What are some of the what are some of the coolest things you've ever made? Some of the most meaningful.
Give me a persuasion check.
All right. I'm gonna use my feature obviously for this roll. Persuasion. Oh yuck! 15.
Okay.
Wait, I have a luck point. I'm going to spend a luck point. Not much better. 18.
18. For a friend of mine who died, I made a dancer once. She was beautiful. Out of a pink stone.
Okay. Stone. Where do you find pink stone at?
Oh, it was in Highland stuff.
Oh, okay. Is there anything we can get you? Some water or
Hot water, or if you find any old leaves, tea.
yeah, okay. Okay. And she'll go back to look to see if she can boil some water. Check the cabinets for any leaves.
Well, there is bedrolls, and that is it.
Oh,
This is not a house. This is
okay.
this little area that's meant to keep them from cold. There's nothing like that here.
Brenya, do you know how to find tea leaves?
Yes, usually, but we're in the city. Actually, medicine or insight, how long do they have left? Are they falling apart at this point?
I would say, Brinia, you instinctively know they have till sunset.
I'm gonna reach in my pocket and pull out the stones and teeth from Highland and just plunk them down in front of them and say, "Children, I came across these. What do they mean to you?"
I look at them. They smile. These were the ones were our favorites. He always told us they were too valuable for us to craft with. And then
But
did he leave?
no,
Was he
he did.
here?
He did not leave. He just decided you should hold on to these for now.
Wait, what do you mean? Did he leave? Was he here?
No, he just always said maybe as a going away present, he'd give it to us.
Well, it's not a going away present. He has simply changed his mind.
Oh.
Oh, that's what you guys fucking think.
Their
Okay.
reaction is natural, right? They're just like, "Oh, cool, awesome." So we
Yeah,
want
there's no like, whoa, yeah, they're excited and they take it.
I'm not saying like a magical effect or something. It's just like
Correct. No magic, nothing like that.
Doesn't like Torhilda? I know she's not here. Doesn't Torhilda make like tea and stuff?
Sure. It's easy enough to get tea.
Okay.
If you want to get tea, we could say you have tea. If we want to be like, it's again, it's one of those like RP things. If you want to like make something fun, but it is.
Yeah,
that's
I just
what they
want
tea.
to, try to make it them a little more comfortable, and
Yeah, you're able to get them tea. It's not entirely crazy.
in her head, Nala hears they'll last the day, but not the night.
Nala will nod. Well, here you go. I'll try to stop back by and see if there's anything else you'll need. I'll let you know how the business goes, so don't worry about anything. I'll make sure it's up and running, so when you're healthy again, you'll be able to jump back in.
All right.
Were there other things you remember besides the Pink Stone Dance, or any other great triumphs that you have had over the last couple of months?
I kind of think. Yes, we made a raven for that woman, the Dusk Maven woman.
Would you call this a large raven or a small raven? Is this a little trinket or a bigger thing?
Trinket tiny.
I see.
Yeah. And from there, I think we're pushing a little bit believability if they're going to remember specifically everything that this might go through.
Yeah.
Like I think these two is probably what you're able to get.
Well, we should probably get going. Unless somebody has.
Matt, from my notes, can you verify which person they were actually talking about there? Because there is two people that have there's Nerith, right, who had the name of
Dusk Mask.
right, and then there's the matron who is Dusk Watch.
Right. Given the time frame you've already unraveled, it's unlikely it could be Nerith.
Okay, cool.
Because he wasn't in town. They didn't set up shop till after you killed Nerith.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and we've seen Matron Elvira's kind of her signature on different purchases to people that we keep on stumbling upon.
Yeah,
Okay, that makes sense. All right, cool.
So if the incantation keeping them alive or undead enough for now is going to die within a day or two, does that imply anything about anything else that was created the same way? Like, does that imply that any other construct or undead is going to have a similar short lifespan?
I don't think you necessarily know.
That's fine.
I think with these, at least these two clues, we have something at least. Somewhere to start.
Indeed. What would you like to do next?
Okay, well, we've got the Dusk Maiden, and we're not sure who the dancer might have been sold to. I don't guess there's like a dance school, or I'm going to assume this is probably like something anybody could have bought. Probably a child, I would guess.
That has a lot of money.
So
Yeah.
I thought I said this. It sounds like I didn't. They said for their friend.
Oh, I did not hear that. So let me write that down.
Or I meant to say their friend, I should say. I'm not sure if I said it or not.
I would have asked if they had, like, I would have asked what their friend's name was at least, but I don't know if they would have told me.
Yeah, they don't answer. They get really like off about that.
Okay,
They find that very upsetting.
Okay.
The type thoughts.
Ooh.
Okay. So they have lived inside Seonis for some time. And you see thoughts of them sneaking out during the time it was shut down and playing with the children who were outside of Seonis during when people took so long to get there. And they ran to give this to them a night to find out that this friend had died. And they placed it in one of their favorite spots. At this point, I guess I'll say where they used to. It's a place near the wood where the woods grew so thick that as they danced and played, they could watch their shadows do the same. And it was a fond memory, and that's where they placed this trinket.
Right.
Cool. I will relay that one to the group later when not in front of the kids.
Okay. So that's the first one.
So let's see if we can go find this this grove and this trinket.
Yeah.
Brynja, you think you can? You think you know where they're talking about?
I have a reasonable enough impression visually that I can probably find it if we go outside the city. It's likely, yes.
Okay.
All right. Let's head that way.
Okay. Make that way out, and I'd say with all this image, it's not too hard to find. There's a tree in which it is lightly buried underneath some leaves and a few stones, and in the dirt by a tree. The tree, you see Solveig's and Astrid's name, as well as 5 other names: Arden, Fletcher, Rowan, Tanner, and Lyric.
Interesting. We are looking for 5 more, right?
7 in total.
These are carved into the tree.
Yeah. All right. So we found the dancer.
Yes.
Okay. And
This is where shadows play.
Yep.
When you're, as long as you're within 10 feet, and this happens once a day, if someone can be within 10 feet of a shadow, they can name that shadow, like basically say this is the shadow, and as long as they're within 10 feet of it, they are under the effects of Pass Without Trace.
very cool. Okay. So as far as this Dusk Maiden, should we go back to the area where the I want to say where the fountain was. I think that was because I keep thinking they're talking about the woman there, right?
You were thinking about the Nereth Dusk Mask, but we've established that this happened before.
No, I thought Nerith was the apprentice.
You're talking about the one that Azariah was talking about in the end, right?
Yeah. Where are you confused at?
I was thinking the lady that helped us hide Mary.
Oh,
I didn't know that was
her name. I forgot what her name was. I wasn't exactly.
That's not the person they were talking about. No.
okay.
She had to do with the Moonweaver, not the Dusk Maiden.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yep.
Moonweaver.
Okay.
Your final answer?
Yes.
And Nerith is dead, right?
Yeah, we killed them.
Yep.
They were the person with the wolf in the wolf form with all this stuff.
Okay. All right.
That was the person who making the rune skins out of people.
Yeah,
And
I've missed some sessions in there. That's why I was trying to put
No,
together.
I got you. Yeah, that's the disrespecter of Dragovarder.
Gotcha. Okay. So I do know who that is. I just didn't know that was Nerith for some reason. But I'm connecting that now.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. How do you want to go about doing that? And I want to encourage anybody else to. I want everyone a chance to jump in here, and just want to make sure people are good. But so, what day did you have, Jackie?
My only thought was what Garrus had said earlier about the temples. Weren't you the one who mentioned the temple of the
All
gods?
Godspire?
Yeah. Maybe it's there.
Okay. You make your way there.
Only if it's cool with everybody, because I don't want to make the decision or anything. I was just thinking that one out loud.
Yeah, it's a little quiet, everyone. Is everyone good? I really do want to check in because.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I personally am working on the riddle in my own
Okay.
way over
I
here.
think we should go check out the spire. Yeah, let's see if we can check the Temple of All Gods. It's the only big spire around here.
Cool.
All right, perfect. In that case, you come down to the cobbled streets, and actually, going back into the village, you'd be traveling the shortest route. You come by a large empty space first, where Highland's tent was.
Meaning he's gone.
Detect magic.
Oh, detect magic. Put it out. Nothing.
Gonna walk around the area, see if anything pings.
I chuckle and I'm like, it seems like it was a going away gift after all. So, who likes direct approaches? Raise your hand.
I raised my hand.
I still say we made the right decision making the direct approach. We learned a lot of things.
My hand's up. I believe this is called the fuck around and find out stage.
Was someone investigating? Was
I
that
can
you?
investigate. Yeah, I'll look around and
Or
see if I
did
can
Layla?
find-
Did you say you were?
Well, I'm just walking around this area with my detect magic up still.
Okay.
And I'll be investigating and seeing if I can figure out, did he pack up and leave? Like, if so, what direction did he go in? Like, are there any remnants left over or anything like that?
Perfect. Both of you give me investigation checks, please.
I'll cast guidance on him.
I don't need it.
Well,
26 without guidance.
well, try to get
Take
to
it,
30.
take it, take it.
You never know. You never know what the DC
All right,
is.
come on. 27.
Oh. All right. Well, I got a 12 on mine,
Wait, you're -2.
or 14. Sorry,
All right.
plus 2.
Okay, so 14. All right. So Garrus, yeah, you're trying to get a good idea of this. This is evidence. You see a lot of footprints. This was packed up, and hauled out of here. There are some remnants of like maybe a little bit of material, like shavings, but nothing of note.
And he really got out of here quick, and he did not leave anything behind.
As far as direction towards the front gate of the town.
Yeah, I'll let everybody know. Yeah,
I
it's
will
like,
admit, I'm a little surprised that is a very fast reaction.
He's probably scared.
No shit, we're on his ass.
Yeah.
you think he's got his dad in a box, and he's like hauling down the road with his undead dad.
Man, he's got a very lucrative business here, whether or not undead dad. I think he's very interested in saving his own skin and perhaps his retinue.
Yeah.
Would you like me to go look?
Well, At least Corvin as a lead.
And I guess, sorry.
We might could shut down the gates. In fact, we have maybe enough pull here to keep him if he hasn't crossed through, or perhaps to track him where he goes.
Well, we can follow the trail towards the gates if you want to go quickly.
If you're moving with a lot of shit, like a bunch of produce or teeth and stones and stuff, we won't move fast.
That's actually what I was about to get to. I still have my familiar with me, and I think
Hmm.
we have spent a decent amount of time around Highland. I think collectively probably an hour, you would say?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. I will talk to them. Remember this fellow? The one that smelled like that, yes. And then I ask if he can catch its scent and lead us in the direction of where they may be. I think it's within 1,000 feet. Hold on, let me make sure. Actually, 500 feet.
500. I'd say through all this, he's made it through the gates of town. And you cannot, he's far enough where you cannot see.
Right. So I probably need to, catch a trail quickly, maybe any trail we find, and then maybe have a more better direction. But right now, I think he is beyond the gate.
Right. And then, like, at the gate, you look and don't see him.
Don't even see him, right?
Yeah, just as like, he's right there, two bad guys, or something weird like that. About
Right.
that to him. But,
No Scooby-Doo chase, you sure?
I mean, if you guys want to track him down right now, it's your time limit and those kids' lives. That's up to you. I mean, that would be a time-consuming endeavor.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We don't know how far ahead he is. If I was being suspected of something shady, I would have gone in the middle of the night. But I guess I'm just a shady person.
You don't always have that privilege, opportunity to control the timing. If you get discovered, you leave.
But we already knew that he had some in at the gate, right? He was able to get in and out kind of easily. Like, this guy obviously knows people. Anyways, though, I think, I would agree with everyone that Corvin's kind of a good follow-up, as well as just kind of find all these other items made.
We've got other things to find and a goddess to appease and a lead to follow. We have other things to do. We don't need to be wasting our time chasing after this doofus. He wants to run, he can't run from his problems.
Yes. Catching
Trust
him
me.
doesn't necessarily have a time limit, whereas the girls do.
Dwarves show back up when you least expected and when they're wanted the least as well.
All right. Then sounds like you continue from here. Is that what I'm hearing for everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're continuing back on the trail of not him.
Okay. Very good. So, now, making your way to now the cobblestone, out of the mud and grime, the cleaner area. One of the things we haven't quite mentioned, there are buckets which people kind of wash off their boots and wipe themselves before they start treading too much dirt onto the nicer streets. Most clans people pay attention to this custom, even begrudgingly. As you approach kind of the center of this, meant to be visible from the sea, and what appears to be the first structure that was built here by the Vasahimian missionaries. The grand spire that reaches high. The architecture of it, as you look close, is meant to be kind of neutral, not necessarily paying homage to any other concept than worship to those things that are above and reliance upon. Of course, you may freely enter and inquire as you wish. There are several slightly robed individuals, some changing waters, wiping or cleaning things, and chairs, attendants that you can tell are, missionaries if you wanted to approach one, or whatever you'd like to do.
Garrus is gonna start looking around and just poking around at the different fonts and looking for any donations or things that are left behind. Oh, I'm not gonna steal anything.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no. I figure if we're looking for a spire tall hides one unseen, so I'm looking for something, maybe even hiding in plain sight. That something carved, something that these girls made, something laying around. We're just trying to get a once over the place and get an idea of where something might be stashed.
Okay. Yeah, give me a perception check.
Only 14.
14,
It's
okay.
dark in here, isn't it?
It's not the best lighting. Cloudy day.
Yeah.
But looking around, it's not like a secret thing or something stashed too much, but you can see in different corners there seems to be some holy symbols marking like the sections of the temple that are dedicated to the various deities, where their followers mostly are upkeeping and keeping things tidy and planning. Some are around different tables having discussions.
I think Nala's going to go with whoever else is going to go speak to a missionary.
Okay. I haven't heard anyone else say that yet, so.
Speaking of no missionaries, actually, probably looking for places that I think lead to a secret crypt. I'm just like looking at walls and inscriptions and trying to, like, I guess, snoop around places like this, but not look too suspicious. I guess, kind of like, oh, what beautiful art this is. Oh, this is some nice masonry.
Masonry.
So there's like different altars in here to different gods and different goddesses.
Sections, not so much altars, given the way that the worship is here, but yeah, you've got the idea.
Okay. Is there an altar? Like looking around, is there an altar to the Moonweaver, or like a section to the Moonweaver? Or,
Yeah.
I'd start poking around in that area and looking for an item. I'm thinking things unseen. The Moonweaver deals with illusions and hidden things, secrets, things unseen. I that's making me think I should look over in this area. So I'll start poking around in that section of the church, making small talk and letting everybody know what I'm thinking.
Gotcha. And remind me, sorry, what were you saying you were doing?
I'm looking for like hidden doorways. Not that I'm going to open, but I'm just clocking any hidden passages.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So give me a perception check. Well, Garrett's making that. And now I know Nala wanted to go talk to a missionary as well.
Hmm.
No one yet has said missionary, so I guess Nala, you go by yourself.
Okay, that's fine. Actually, that might actually work better for what I'm planning to do.
Totally cool. That's right. Kind of walk past things oddly because of the way that we asked that. So we got these three things going on currently. What'd you get, Azariah?
I just want everyone to know that I went back to the purple and blue dice that I used last week after rolling that crappy one I did last time, and I got a natural 20 again. That's the same one that rolled 3 natural 20s last week. So I got a 22.
Okay.
Secret passages.
Yeah. taking your time, you can clock a few. There are many little secrets here,
Oh,
all around. Whether you like that looks, that piece of wall looks like it might pull out and maybe be a place to keep something. That floor tile's interesting.
right.
Definitely a place where maybe there's a wall. So there's a few things here, especially given the various areas. Nala, what's a particular? Is there a particular one you'd want to find for missionary, or are you like rolling the dice here?
Well, unless I see somebody who looks like they might be more associated with, like, let's say the Dusk Maiden or whatever, it doesn't. If not, then I'll go up to any of them because of what I'm planning to ask anyway.
Sure. So you see the ones that follow Dust Maven here are the only ones that have their faces fully covered.
Okay.
They wear either gray, black, or red robes, and also have fabric that hides their entire face,
Okay.
coming down that's somewhat thick. So if you approach one, hello, little darling. How
Hi.
may I be of assistance to you?
Well, hi. Oh goodness.
All right.
I'm friends with Sigrid and Astrid from town. I don't know if you know them or not, but they mentioned they've been here before, and well, right now they're not doing so well, and I thought maybe I could come here and maybe talk to someone who they knew, or maybe I don't know, maybe pray in the area they sometimes would come and hang out in. I don't know a lot about this place.
Oh, give me a persuasion check, Nala.
Guidance.
Thank you. I'm using my feature. Okay. I am going to use another luck point just to see if I roll higher. Okay. Okay. So let me roll my d4. So that is a total of 26.
Yeah.
Okay. She looks at you. Those two, yes, of course. We do know them. Well, at least, well, she knows them. Come. I think our leader will speak with you.
Oh, that's so exciting. Thank you so much. Just gonna follow off.
Yeah. Go way into the section where there's actually a black and red curtain of two different fabrics that are sewn together to like make it look like almost flowing down of liquid blood as they enter past it. And that is where we're at for tonight.
Oh, joy.
Mwahaha.
We will come back to what happens behind the curtain next week. Everyone watching, thank you so much, and we will see you then.
Woo-hoo.